Welcome to the podcast, everybody.
Gosh dang it, Tim. You just told him this is a guest cast. Come on.
What I was going to say before you interrupted me is that this isn't the podcast, actually. It's the Guestcast.
Go home, Tim.
I am home. Joining us today is one of my good friends, Sir Tupsalot. Or you can just call him Nathan. Yes, we have two Nathans on the podcast.
I am Nathaniel. I'm also known as Batman. And then we have Sir Tupsalot.
Because Sir Tupsalot is a good name.
It is a great name. We have your gingerness from the last podcast. And yeah, everyone's going to be royalty that we are going to interview. So
Totally.
Yeah, it's going to be great.
I know it.
All right. So we're not actually going to tell you why he's named Sir Tupsalot. If you really want to know, feel free to just ask us.
Or comment below.
Yeah.
And we might or might not tell you. Eventually.
All right. So, one of the things that me and Sir Tupsalot did on January 1st, not January, July.
That was a long time ago.
Yes,
Good
it was.
job.
Galaxy far, far away.
In a whole New Year's Day.
Yeah. We met up with four of our semi-favorite YouTubers.
Well, I've got to say 3, because there's one that I really didn't know.
That I had to introduce you to.
I knew the other 3, but I didn't know the fourth one.
Y'all are nerds.
Says the nerd.
Yep.
Says the nerd with a 3D printer.
It's a compliment, okay? Nerdity is good. Anyways, talk about this 4-person drug meetup. It wasn't...
Considering how many kids were there.
It could have been considered one.
Believe it or not, the majority of the audience was a bunch of little kids and their parents.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
And only maybe another 10 who were our age.
Granted, we were at the morning.
That's
the
true.
morning time slot. So
We met up with them at 8 in the morning.
yeah, it was not fun.
Which means that I got up at 6:30.
Because someone likes to take their time getting ready in the mornings. But you never know.
Well, I just have a very difficult time getting up and actually waking up.
That's what coffee's for.
I don't drink a lot of coffee, believe it or not.
That's true.
I
That is
wish
true.
I could drink coffee, but basically it makes me feel like I'm dead inside, so I don't.
Oh, so it makes you feel normal?
It makes me feel like I truly am. Can't deal with it.
Helps you get the reality of life.
Anyway, the YouTubers we met up with was Jaden Animations, Tim Tom, Odd Ones Out, and something else YT.
We're famous now.
Yeah.
Famous
really.
with, at this time, only 16 subscribers.
Heck yeah. Oh, well. We'll get more, because we're going to be famous.
Eventually.
Eventually.
Just wait. It's coming. Someday.
Eventually.
But yeah, we had a very good time. They gave us really awesome t-shirts. The t-shirts that they gave us were so comfortable. I'm not even joking. I mean, you can attest to that, right?
I can attest to it, but I won't nerd about shirts, I guess.
Yeah, I was just like, Tim, why are you nerding about shirts? I mean, there's
Because
literally...
shirts are great. Without shirts, we'd freeze to death.
Shirt.
I mean-
Shirt we would.
Okay. How about you go outside during the winter with nothing on and see how long you last?
Or I'll-
That's what
or I'll
coats
just-
are for, Tim.
Yeah, I was about to say, just go out of the jacket.
A coat is a form of a shirt. It's just a very thick shirt.
Tim,
No.
we have very broad definitions. A t-shirt or a regular shirt is what you wear as a shirt. And a jacket is something that goes over a shirt. You do not wear a jacket in place of a shirt. There's a big difference there.
But if you didn't have a shirt on, wouldn't that make that definition kind of wrong? Because you can still wear a jacket without a shirt?
Nobody does that, Tim. I've never seen anyone that does that.
I know people who do that, actually.
That's just weird. It's
It is
wrong
weird.
fashion sense.
I know.
Wear a t-shirt underneath.
I know. Well, that's a story for a different time. I don't want to talk about that, because that was just a dumb time. Yeah, let's move on from that.
Let's move on.
It's funny how you're talking about fashion sense,
I have
and yet you're
no
the
fashion sense.
you're the one who's wearing all black all the time and a Batman shirt that you wear maybe
In the-
3
in the
times a
middle of
week.
summer.
No, it's once every 2 weeks. You just see it on me more often than you'd like. It's just more coincidental that you see me with it on.
Sure it is.
Actually, yeah, Tim. I actually have other shirts besides Batman shirts.
Do you now?
Yep.
Do you have a Marvel shirt?
Yes, it actually ripped. I should probably get a new one. Oh.
Well, now that we've gotten thoroughly derailed.
How was your time with the four YouTubers? Yeah, four. There's 4 YouTubers there.
Yes.
I personally had a great time because they gave us shirts. They gave us...
Were they free?
Yeah.
Yeah, they were free.
Cool.
Well, they came with the ticket.
Yeah.
So they weren't free.
Yeah, but that's still awesome.
Yeah, it is really cool.
And the entire reason they were there, we actually met with them at Julie Davis Park.
Mm-hmm.
They were there because I think it was...
Tim Tom lived here.
That's right.
And they were helping him move out.
Oh, that's
now all 4 of them live in Arizona.
Yeah, now they all live in Arizona because they're good friends, and that's what friends do.
That's really awesome.
Except for the Arizona part, because it's bloody hot.
Yeah.
What's funny is one of their comments was, "You guys have to mow your lawns? We just have to, like, shuffle around the rocks."
That's great.
I wish I could do that. I hate mowing the lawn so much.
Same.
It is the one household task that I absolutely despise.
That's why I don't have a lawn. Oh.
Maybe you should get along.
Go home, Tim.
Tear rolls down face.
I could never talk to YouTubers. I'm not that much of an extrovert.
It was a bit of a miracle, actually, that we got to... We really that we had the energy to talk to them in the first place. I mean, I distinctly remember when we got there, I initiated something and was like, "Hey, you want to help them set up chairs?" And I was like, "Hey, I feel a little extroverted today because of that." And I guess it put a good remark on the rest of that time, at least for me. I don't really know how to explain it, but like getting me into that like doing stuff mood gets me able to talk, even though I didn't ask any questions. But you know,
That's okay.
give myself credit where it's due.
We probably wouldn't be able to ask questions either.
Well, there was a guy there who asked us, or at least asked me, if we were Boy Scouts or Eagle Scouts or whatever, and we're like, nope, we're just guys who enjoy hanging
just
out.
People.
We just like to help out when we can.
And you look the part.
True.
A little bit.
I've never seen an Eagle Scout, so I don't know.
I'm just kind of assuming things because, like in the military, people have shorter hair and,
I had long hair at that point.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
I had
I
long
stand
hair
corrected.
too.
Oh, yeah.
Except my long hair is a
10th
bush.
of an inch hair.
Yeah, true.
My hair doesn't grow out; it curls inward, and it becomes like an afro.
You are afro.
So
The white afro.
maybe one of these days I'll get one of those long '80s combs, stick it in my hair.
Seriously, I have seen people do that, and
It is
gosh.
hilarious.
it's interesting to say the least. But it's okay if you guys do it. Whoever's listening in, we won't judge.
I'll judge.
But that's why he's a guest. He's leaving.
All right, so on our last podcast, for anybody who doesn't know, we talked about introvert problems.
Yep.
Well, one of our, or at least one of my good friends that I had just recently met, like 3 months ago, I think.
What was their name?
Her name is Hannah.
Hannah. Okay.
Not a Hannah you would know,
Okay.
but
Now I know.
she's an extrovert.
Now I know this Hannah. What do you say about that now, Tim?
Anyway,
Okay.
she described to me what it's like to be an extrovert and some of their problems. So what I would like to do is highlight some of the introvert problems and make it come up against the extrovert problems that she told me about. So, Nathan, why don't you describe to us some of the problems of being an introvert?
I guess what I'd start off with is really just struggling with friends who are already extroverts and want time with you. What I've come across is like people who are really just, I can't say in love with me because that's not the right connotation, but
Enjoy your company.
there we go. Enjoy my company. They enjoy my company a lot, but I do not have the
Temperament.
energy, the temperament.
Yeah.
Yes. I don't have that at all. I have to regulate myself very rigorously in order to actually get out sometimes. And even this podcast, like, I had to, like, premeditate a lot of what I was going to have to think about. Because that's what I have to do.
Yep.
That's the first introvert problem, I'd say.
You need time to yourself in order to recharge your batteries.
Essentially, yeah, the batteries is really it. The other one is, like, when you are recharging your batteries, you're having to figure out what to do in that time. And that, like, not all introverts really have that problem, but I think it's just something that comes up with maturity. Like, I've only started, like, in my past, I've loved video games, and I've done them all the time. But my hobbies have now grown into reading, a lot of writing, learning history. That's one of my nerdy, fun things.
Nerd.
I know. I'm just weird like that. Yeah, so that's what I'd say. Just trying to figure out how to recharge your batteries too, because, like, if you come across a situation where you're trying to, quote, recharge your batteries, but you're not actually recharging your batteries, you're just trying to solve ways to charge your batteries. It's just, like, not helpful in any way.
That's very circular reasoning right there.
Yeah. It's like, and it kills you for, like, a whole week if you can't find a way to charge your batteries. That's why you just have to build habits out of it.
Yeah, just for people who are listening in and know me, I do not like going camping. There's a reason behind that, because it's basically like, I mean, Nathan here kind of shed some light on it. It actually makes more sense now, is that I like being able to recharge my batteries by being in an environment that I'm used to. When I'm out camping in an unknown environment with a whole bunch of people around me, it's kind of like, I mean, usually with camping you have to, room with other people. Depends on if you're in a tent or in a dorm area. But the thing is, in actuality, you will have to be with people. So it's like, that just sucks all of the energy away from me, and I can't deal with it. And so longest I will ever go camping is actually no, I was gonna say one night, but not even one night. I would probably leave before the night. Yeah, I just can't deal with it. It's, yeah.
So you'd rather go on a road trip than actual camping?
If it was a one-day road trip, yes. Where it's like, get up in the morning, eat snacks, and play video games in the car or something like that.
Ooh,
and then
not even driving.
I mean, if I was driving, that would actually be easier, because then I'm focusing on the road instead of focusing on people. But then once we get to the location, then yeah, it would be fun to hang out that one location and then drive all the way back to my safe location of being at home and not dealing with people, and then going to sleep. That is a perfect road trip, not one that lasts more than a day.
What do you think about hotels?
If I didn't have to sleep in the same bed as someone, then I'm okay with that.
That is the worst, actually.
It is the worst. Yeah. So, yeah.
I feel slightly better about myself now.
Is it not as bad for you, Tim?
It's really not.
Well, you're just lucky.
Well, either that or I'm very adaptable.
Adaptable is not an adjective I would use for you, Tim.
Well, then you don't know me well enough.
I do know you well enough.
Ouch.
It's fine. I'm not judging. You just like routine. That's what I meant.
I do like routine, but I am...
occasional change in the routine, but not like a complete reformation. That's what I'm saying.
Actually, believe it or not, my days are never planned out.
Neither are mine, but I still like routine.
Well, what I'm talking about is anyone who doesn't know me might think that I have a schedule for my day every single day. Like, today I'm going to get this done and this done and this done. But I really don't. It's all about, do I feel like doing this today?
That's a bad plan for life, Tim.
I know. It's horrible. And it's something that I have to change, but I'm working on it.
That's not what I mean by change. I meant more like familiar environments. As in, like, every single day, is new for me as well, and I'm doing different things every single day. It's just they're within certain confines of what I suit myself as comfortable with. As in, like, if I'm hanging out with friends, then that is my comfort zone, is with my friends. It doesn't matter what I'm doing with those friends. It's just I'm with those friends. Outside my comfort zone is, hey, let's take a road trip to California for 5 days and then hang out with a whole entire state of people that I barely even know, doing random things that I have no idea what I'll be doing. No, I can't deal with that. No.
But you'll be with your friends.
No,
so-
that's usually with family. Ew,
Yeah,
no.
okay.
That's even worse. If it's with friends, I'm more willing to do it, but it's still a lot of a stretch.
You and I need to take an RV out with like 2 other friends. We'll have a great time laughing at you.
If it's at like Lagoon or something, totally, definitely. But if it's like, cross country, I'd be very hesitant.
You actually brought up a really good point, and that is the distinction between going out with your family versus going out with your friends.
Yeah, no.
That is true.
Please, no.
Because a lot of the time, now this isn't true in every case, but you choose your friends, but you don't always choose your family.
And your family just gets on your nerves.
If you have nerves to get on.
What nerves? Nerves of steel. Ah! I don't know. Why do people say nerves of steel? Because it's like, wouldn't your arm be throbbing from the pain of having steel wires all throughout your entire... I don't know.
Steel wires?
I don't know.
Well, yeah, because nerves are wires.
Well, I know that, but steel doesn't. It's not a wire. It doesn't. It's not.
can
it's
have
not a
wires
good
made of steel.
conductor. It's not a
Internal,
really good conductor.
internal screaming, external screaming. Anyways, why are we talking about this?
Okay. Now that we've kind of discussed, as in kind of discussed, introvert problems, I'm going to go ahead and read off something that I discussed with her that describes extrovert problems. I suggest you guys really listen to this because you might learn something from it.
I've
Okay.
been really curious about this for a long time, actually. So I'm gonna.
This will be very useful, so listen in, children and adults and anybody in between.
I mean, if you're on YouTube already, you're probably an introvert, so you just listen close.
Okay, here we go. Unlike introverts, extroverts get their energy from being around those they love.
Oh, I'm not around regular people. That makes a little bit more sense. Ew, people. Go on, Tim.
When they are alone, they feel exhausted and are not nearly as happy as if they're around people.
Aw.
Which really sucks because that means when you're alone, you can't recharge your batteries.
Yeah.
Just saying. But hey, if you get power from other sources, wind, geothermal,
Unlimited power.
they can be sensitive to what others think and perceive of them. So they sometimes wonder if they're being too clingy, needy, or making things uncomfortable in some way.
Oh, rude. Oh.
Wow. Okay.
Ouch. I was gonna say same, but okay, that was just a bit brutal.
That was mean, Nathan. Oh my gosh.
It's okay. We're not judging. I am.
They
But we
some-
aren't.
They sometimes wonder if they should show support for someone or just give them space.
Same.
Yeah.
You know, there's an online site where you can buy space.
Buy all the space.
And then you can gift them the space.
Please.
You know, this sounds like buying the pet rock.
Yeah.
It really rocks. Rocks my world. Go on, Tim.
Slight tangent there. That generation that bought pet rocks is making fun of our generation that bought fidget spinners.
That's true.
I saw that meme a couple days ago and I thought it was hilarious.
Oh boy.
But not something we'll get into right now. Depending on who they are interacting with, conversation with new people can be one of the greatest parts of the day. So not like you, Nathaniel.
No. I mean, okay. So I'll get into this afterwards. You finish that list, but I'll kind of give an argument based on my personality.
Okay. Getting to know them, making new friends, especially when they find someone who enjoys being friends with an extrovert. Some extroverts may have a naturally high energy and bubbly personality, which might come across the wrong way when it's only meant to be friendly or inviting.
Yep. I have a friend who's definitely an extrovert, and yeah, she's kind of had some problems with that. So, yeah. Yeah.
I'll talk about that subject maybe later, but
There are people out there who say that they are loud and that everything that makes them an extrovert is a flaw in their character and that they should change.
No.
no.
Please.
That's not
I
true.
need extrovert friends, otherwise I won't have any friends.
Because yeah,
What are you saying? Does an extrovert just kind of pick you up and say, "Hey, you're my friend now," and you just go along with it?
That's exactly how it goes. Yeah. The thing is that my parents are extroverts, so it's like they forced me into doing these kinds of things. Not these kinds of things, just when I was younger. When I was a young boy.
When I was a young warthog. These kinds of people might find extroverts overbearing and prefer to push them away because they don't want to deal with them. Personally, I think that's a very ineffective way to make friends. Some of the best ways to get along with an extrovert is to just generally be positive with them. Respect them. Be silly when they want to be silly. Don't try to tell them that being an extrovert is wrong. They're outgoing people who just love to socialize and be part of other people's lives. They are people who just have a different attitude on life. And there's a lot we can learn from each other.
There is?
Well, I really see that. I mean, I guess there's this one friend that I met like a couple of weeks ago.
You met a friend?
I know.
You have friends?
I know, it's ridiculous.
We're the only friends you can have.
But I just like the way we met was so unique, and it was such an extroverted way that I couldn't help but be at least a little charmed by it. That I was like, okay, I know I'm introverted, but I'll buy in just because it was super weird and it was super funny. And it goes a little bit into my new job, but that's for later on.
Yeah. One last thing is that how do you say it? I'm an introverted extrovert.
Ambivert.
Ambivert, thank you. Because the thing is that I gain energy from being alone. But the thing is that I'm really extroverted around my friends, which is why I'm even doing this podcast, is because I can rant about random stuff, But the thing is that like, it's only around my friends that I'm extroverted, and even then it's like I can only be around my friends for maybe like a maximum of like 8 hours before I have to be alone again. But the thing is though is that I gain energy from being around my friends. If it's around other people though, like people that I barely know, I also have social anxiety, and it like imagine shorting a battery. Basically, the battery heats up, it explodes, and everyone dies. Everyone gets acid on themselves. That is me around other people that I don't know. It's like I will, my whole body will just burn up, and I hate myself, and I want to go home.
Yeah, I just thought of something.
Oh no, you have thoughts?
I do. I have a lot of thoughts.
Oh, boy.
I'm a very thoughtful guy.
I think a lot of thoughts about a lot of things.
I understood that reference.
I
Good.
understood that reference.
Hey! Nathaniel, if you're only here to rant, maybe we should rename this the Rantcast. Or maybe we can make that a separate thing.
That can be, yes, just Nathaniel's rants. We'll have a side thing where I literally just go on 5-minute rants about a random topic. We should do it.
How do you feel about butter?
Freaking butter getting everywhere, slippery, not on my rolls. I don't know what I'm talking about.
How do you feel about mini golf?
Freaking mini golf.
With the clubs and whatnot.
I have a. Wait, did we say that
Exclusive
on the last
clubs.
podcast? It was on the last podcast that we said that, right?
I don't think you ever told that story.
We can do it later today.
Anyway,
Yeah. Mini golf.
Nathaniel, I heard you have a new job.
Yes, I do. It's pretty awesome. It's at the Idaho Shakespeare Festival. What? Now you know where I live. Shh.
Nerd.
It's actually amazing. Just letting you know, I am working for the Hunchback of Notre Dame showings.
Notre Dame.
You gotta search it up. Just go onto YouTube and search up the recordings of The Hunchback of Notre Dame. Not live. It's the recordings. It has like a red background and like golden letters that say The Hunchback of Notre Dame. And it is just a beautiful, absolutely beautiful orchestral piece with a lot of choir, but then also it's the entire storyline of the actors singing their parts, and it's almost identical to the live version. It's just the recording, it's like, gosh, it's just beautiful to listen to. You've got to search it up. I listen to it every single night because I'm the microphone technician. I give the mics to all the actors and make sure nothing goes wrong. And if something does go wrong, it's all my fault. But just letting you know,
No pressure.
nothing goes wrong because I'm good at my job.
I have a question.
No.
Do you work with a guy named Mike?
There's maybe one guy named Mike that I haven't met, but I don't think so.
So when they say, "Give me my mic," do you hand them that guy?
Go home, Tim. Stop.
Go
job.
home, Tim.
Go home, Tim.
I am home. This is my house.
Get out of my house.
This is my house now.
But yeah, so it's really, really amazing. I get underpaid, but it's okay because the thing is, I've listened to the show probably about like 20 or 30 times now, and I have not gotten bored of it. It is that good. It's great.
Is it like watching the Disney one?
No, it's way better than the Disney one.
Okay.
Yeah. Like, they took the Disney one, made it darker, made the orchestral pieces way better, and it's like, oh my gosh, 20 times better than the Disney version. Even though it technically is the Disney version. It's better than the Disney version. Watch it, please. It's so good. They might go into Cleveland, or they come from Cleveland, and they're here in Idaho, and then I think they're going back to Cleveland at the end of August. So whoever lives in Cleveland for whatever reason and decides to listen to this podcast a couple of years from now, go watch The Hunchback of Notre Dame. I am not endorsed or paid by them. I just like it a lot.
Well, okay then.
Yeah, it's amazing. And Nathan, you got a new job, right?
I did.
Feel free to tell us where you work, but not the specific location.
Okay. So I work at a Chick-fil-A.
Oh boy.
just got
Oh
accepted.
no, not them. No. I have two roommates who both work there, and
Of course you do.
yeah. Go on. You know what? You tell your story about it. Maybe it'll be better than theirs.
Well, the interesting thing is that I've only worked 2 shifts in the kitchen so far. And I've only been in the kitchen. I haven't been front counter.
Oh.
I've been doing videos like since I was hired and accepted. My work has been videos or kitchen, specifically the fry cook.
That's actually really lucky, actually.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Because all of my friends, they absolutely hate working not at the front counter. It's more like
The customer service?
Yeah, assembly. Yeah, that's what it was. And even customer service, people are rude and annoying, and yeah, it's just letting you know, I'm not against Chick-fil-A. I'm against all industries that regard working for making customers food, because people just treat the servers horribly usually.
So you don't like Little Caesars?
No. Okay, Little Caesars is different. I like Little Caesars because they're just like, here's your pizza, and you leave.
The introvert's dream.
No, it's even better. Delivery. That
Oh,
way
yeah.
you don't even have to leave the house.
But
Yeah.
you have to give them a big tip, or not just pick it up, and yeah.
And math.
Because you'd have to drive to pick it up. And picking up is so much work.
I guess.
See, he caught that. You didn't.
I didn't.
I did get that.
Picking it up, just the act of picking it
Oh,
up.
I get it.
It's just so much work, But are you liking your new job, Nathan?
I am liking it. The issue I have so far is that I come home every night smelling like canola oil, and it's terrible. I do not like that part.
So I have a question. When you say you're the fry cook, do you exclusively cook fries?
I have only once gone away from the fries, and that was to butter some buns and toast them and put pickles on them.
If you say so.
Sorry, I all I can imagine when you say fry cook is SpongeBob.
You're the SpongeBob of Chick-fil-A.
I'm actually not, though.
I'm ready.
Can you do a Mr. Krabs impression?
Money. I like money.
Okay, now
Sorry.
replace. Now say SpongeBob get back to work, except instead of SpongeBob, say Nathan.
Let's see. Nathan, get back to work. You're losing me money.
Time is money, boy.
What's funny about actually saying that is like there have been a few times, and I don't know all the names. So if some Chick-fil-A executive comes to me and asks me, I cannot say who, but like there are just times that people will just be like, "Looks like a delicious fry you got there."
Steal.
Because like there actually are pretty good fries. I mean,
Yes, they are.
They're waffle fries.
yeah, exactly.
Waffles. Da 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 da.
What are you? What?
What?
Have you seen that video of the waffle song? Freaking waffle song.
No, I will look it up later.
Oh my gosh. Do you like pancakes? Do you?
Oh my gosh, that
one,
song.
That's what I'm talking about. Do you like
Oh.
waffles? Do. Can't wait to get them out.
I
Waffles.
think you showed me that actually.
I don't recall this.
Oh my gosh, Tim, go watch the waffle song.
I will go watch the waffle song later.
Yes. Anyways, what were we talking about?
My new job.
Yes. Chick-fil-A.
Do you have anything else to add about working at Chick-fil-A?
No, not really.
All right, then let's move on to our next subject,
Okay.
which is
Anticlimactic.
the list of insults
Oh,
and my
yeah.
replies.
List of insults. I got a whole list right here. So the thing is that I'm gonna read them, and Tim is just gonna come up with a witty reply, because that's what he does. All right, give me a few seconds here. All right, so it's a whole list of absolutely terrible insults, but I'm making it kid friendly, so I'm skipping all the ones that have bad language. Are you ready?
No.
Very first one is, why don't you slip into something more comfortable, like a coma?
Great. Can you join me?
You have a great face for makeup. Or a great face for radio.
Oh, really? I guess I must be a super talented person then.
Shock me. Say something intelligent.
Okay. I'll go get my shockers.
Go home, Tim. I don't remember I don't remember asking for your opinion.
That's because you have terrible memory.
That is true. You bring out the best insults in me.
I know I do. And it's great because I can wittily reply.
I'm busy. You're ugly. Have a nice day.
Thank you. I think I really will have a nice day.
This is the most brutal one. If I wanted to kill myself, I'd climb up to your ego and jump down to your IQ level.
Oh my
Wow.
I love that.
Wow. Okay.
If there's ever an insult I want to use, that is it.
I think that applies more to my other brother, but sure. Let's see. How would I reply to that? Well, I don't have a particularly huge ego, but if I did, my IQ level would only reflect how big that is.
Okay. Pretty small then. Anyways, another one. I have neither the time nor the crayons to explain this to you.
That's okay. Crayons are for babies anyway. I prefer pen.
Okay. Let's see. Well, I could agree with you, but then we'd both be wrong.
There's nothing wrong with you being wrong.
I do like
Let's see. Hey, you have something on your chin. No, the third one down.
Oh, you're talking about your chin. Okay.
Ouch.
Oh.
Maybe if you ate some makeup, you'd be pretty on the inside.
Is it Maybelline?
The correct thing is gluten-free.
Yeah. Is it gluten-free?
You'll never be the man your mother was.
Hold it.
Nathan was drinking something and he almost spit it out.
Oh my gosh.
My reply. And it's a good thing my mother wasn't a man.
You bring everyone a lot of joy when you leave the room.
That's because I left them in stitches.
Okay, this is kind of bad, but, it's okay. Roses are red, violets are blue. I have 5 fingers. The third one's for you.
I have 6 fingers because I'm the 6-fingered man.
Well, that gives me more of a reason for me to kill your father.
No, I killed your father.
Good try.
Sorry. Gosh dang it. I'm so bad at this. I have a bad memory. Okay. If you fear success, you really have nothing to worry about.
Are you talking about yourself during that?
You don't have to always push it back towards me,
I don't always, but I like to.
Okay, that's fair. I'll never forget the first time we met, although I'll keep trying.
I'm pretty sure you forgot the first time we met.
Oh yeah, I definitely did. If I gave you a penny for your thoughts, I'd get change.
That's okay. I have so many thoughts you couldn't afford it.
Ouch. You look like a before picture.
So does that mean the after picture is uglier? Just like your face?
Ouch. So you've changed your mind. Does the new one work any better?
Actually, yes, I got a new upgrade. I now have the processing power of 50 supercomputers.
Nerd. I've been called worse things by better people. That's actually a decent insult. Yeah. Okay, let's see.
That depends on what you mean by better. Am I your better?
Ouch. Let's see. So a thought crossed your mind? Must have been a long and lonely journey.
It's only because I'm thinking about you.
You're the reason the gene pool needs chlorine.
And you're the reason it needs a lifeguard. So, Nathan, are you having a good time yet?
Hi, this is actually pretty good.
I hear the only place you're ever invited is outside. Like, leave the room. That kind of a thing.
Well, at least I'm invited places.
Oh, that was good. I liked that.
That was good.
Why don't you check eBay and see if they have a life for sale?
Actually, I saw this really big box of Life. It's a really great cereal.
Okay. Did your parents ever ask you to run away from home?
No, but they asked you.
Oh.
They asked you to run away from your home.
Nice tan. Orange is my favorite color.
It's only because I'm so radiant.
My response to that would be, I'm just being patriotic.
Oh my gosh, that's beautiful. Anyways, there's one last thing.
King of the Island.
Okay, we actually have a lot of time for King of the Island. Let's talk about that.
I am probably going to spend a lot.
That's actually what I meant to reference.
That totally went past me. I did not understand
It's
that.
It went over my head.
Rhett and Link. They say, "Let's talk about it," and then they play their little theme song. Do 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 do.
Oh, I forgot. I haven't watched that one forever.
It's been a while.
That thing goes over my head. My reflexes are too fast. I will catch it.
You just need to find someone as pathetic as you, or someone pathetic just like you. I forgot the whole quote.
It was something like that.
You just need to find a woman who is pathetic like you.
Exactly.
Do you need a hug?
No, I don't need a hug.
Oh, and you're giving me a hug now.
Okay.
Okay.
Ha ha, she just told you your darkest secret. You must be so embarrassed.
To be next.
What's King of the Island, though?
Okay.
I mean, that sounds like where Ego was living.
Yeah.
The king of his own island. But anyways, go on.
Do you want to explain it or should I?
You go ahead and explain it. It was brought up by you anyway.
Okay. I don't think we mentioned that me and Nathan are actually brothers. I'm the oldest brother and Nathan is the youngest brother. We had to take a trip to our grandmother's house to celebrate her 81st. Still alive and kicking.
She actually is actually kicking because
Yeah.
she's pretty active still.
She's pretty active. Anyway. What ended up happening was that we had to bring some stuff back from grandmother's place. And on the way back, Nathan was the one driving, I think.
No, you were driving.
Oh, was it me?
Yeah, you were driving.
Oh, yes, it was me. Okay.
Because I like fell asleep during. Anyway.
Yes, that's right. You were having a very bad time.
Well, it's because we did that after the YouTuber meetup, so it was all pooped out.
Holy crap, that was that whole day, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
it was that whole day.
Okay, I'll start from the beginning then.
Okay.
So we did the YouTuber meetup, and then immediately after that we got lunch, and then drove like 2.5 hours to Grandma's place. Spent like maybe 3 hours there.
It was 3 to 4 hours, something like that.
And you had to take a nap during that time because you were just depleted. Your
Yeah.
batteries were just out.
Yeah. The plan was Tim would drive up, I would drive back down. That did not happen.
No, I ended up driving back as well.
Because, like, I got there and I was basically just like, okay, I stepped out of the car and I was like, okay, I'm ready to go to sleep. I got some food. I sat down. I ate a little bit. Could not finish my plate because how tired I was. And I just went to the living room and dropped. I could not do anything. Anyway.
What'd you drop?
Your face.
You dropped your face?
It was
It's actually legitimately pretty accurate.
Well-
I'm assuming.
You know what's funny?
No.
Nathaniel actually has a 3D printed mask here. So if you drop the mask, I guess you could say you dropped your face. Anyway, back to King of the Island. On our way back, whilst I was driving Nathan back to the house, we had a very interesting discussion to keep him awake. The scenario was, you are the king of the island of Hawaii. You are allowed to do whatever you want. What do you do with all this land and all these people?
I actually think you told me about this, yeah.
Did I tell you about it?
A little bit. I told you that I would open up trade routes and build a gigantic wall around the entire island. Not like Trump. Not like that. That's not what I mean. I mean, like, it would have import and export gateways. But other than that, it's like, why not just preserve this beauty of the island all for ourselves and keep everyone away? And
So
also,
exactly for Trump.
not exactly. Trump's is more like, let's build a wall up until the ocean line, and then people can just swim around the wall. My idea is this is an island, so it's very feasible.
But you're still keeping out immigrants.
No, not immigrants. Everyone.
Anyway,
Oh my gosh.
so you would go for a more economic-based Hawaii.
Yeah.
Nathan, tell me about your thoughts. Or at least, or tell the audience, because I already know.
My, if any of you know Renaissance Italy, any of our listeners know that, it was pretty much based off of how the city of Urbino worked. It was essentially a beneficial dictatorship with a bit of hierarchy.
Oh, gosh.
Trump.
Because that has worked so well in the past.
I know. Like, my opinions have very much varied since that conversation, actually, because I've delved a lot more into politics since then, and I've actually, like, thought through, like, the human condition and how it works. I know I'm a philosopher in that weird way, but my thoughts at that point were essentially, you focus as much as you can on the virtue of the people inside the island, inside the country, in essence. And you essentially, as a leader, you are... I guess the way I said it was there'd be a college of academics that would train people in...
Martial arts. Ninja society.
Well,
Not quite.
they'd have to do something like that, because you have to have an army.
Yeah, that is true. Though that was like the last 30 minutes of the discussion.
Yeah.
But the way I talked about succession was like there would be a college for politics, and it would essentially go from monarchy straight to aristocracy, where
Explain to the viewers what those big words mean.
oh my gosh.
Maybe he should explain it to you, Nathaniel.
Rude.
Monarchy being a king, aristocracy being the few ruling. So in this case, the few would be those essentially trained in the arts of ethics, politics, economics, and something else.
So you and your 4 clones.
Essentially, yes.
Oh god.
Yeah, you could actually say that.
But let's assume you don't have cloning technology.
You do what you can with education. But yeah, that's how government essentially worked. When it would be just the monarch, or me, I guess, there would be a bit of a bureaucracy where I would have the ultimate say over a lot of things. But in the end, like I had to delegate a lot of tasks because no ruler rules alone. But yeah, my views have really just changed from that, I guess. Just I've gone a lot more democratized since then, so.
Are you seeing the value of having a vote from the people, not just you saying, hey, let's do this?
Never trust the people. Never trust the people.
The thing is, though, is like, when I thought about having it be monarchical, I did very much have a concern for the people. Like, I wanted to have the type of government where the people can come to me directly and talk to me and with their issues, whether it be just like, my neighbor's cow is driving over my fence and I don't like that.
So you're talking about lobbyists?
No, they'd be private citizens.
Okay, I see.
Yeah. So I would allow private citizens to come to me. Granted, I do have guards around me because
Obviously.
I'm the monarch. But I would allow private citizens to come to me with their issues. And yeah, I mean, yeah, I could have lobbyists, but again, ultimate monarch. I do have the final say. And that's why things have changed. Like, I see the dangers in that in itself.
I have a question. What do you do for population control? Because it's an island. I mean, it's going to get full pretty fast, and you can't deal with every person's problems. So do you have, like, airborne diseases that you kill?
Just immune.
How do you secretly kill off the excess?
You don't have to kill off the excess, Nathaniel. Oh my god.
You just ship them to America.
Oh, great idea. I like this. I like this idea a lot. Let's
Well,
kick them out.
I guess the way we talked about this a little bit, but
Yeah.
it had more to do with unemployment.
Yeah.
The way I'd go about it in that sense would be like, you offer them a chance to contribute to the society, and if they flat out cannot, then they're out. They have no point being there. I don't care anymore.
I like that plan, actually. Kick them out.
In essence, I'll give them a one-way ticket to some random place.
Repeat
wherever.
that again.
I'll just give them a one-way ticket to some place wherever, not my land.
So what you're
Not my swamp.
What are you doing in my swamp?
Swamp, swamp, swamp.
I missed that movie so much. When it was the only movie.
Beautiful.
The only movie.
Anyway, so what you're saying is you would deport all the disabled, everybody who can't work, everybody who is mentally ill, that sort of thing?
What about grandpas who are just living with their kids and being like, I'm going to chill here while my son does all the work?
Well, the interesting thing about that is there's a difference between not contributing to society and just not being employed. I guess the way I describe it is like, if your grandfather's living with you, like that's pretty okay, because as long as the family is working to the grandfather's benefit, then yeah, he can stay. I mean, as long as he's not like dealing drugs or whatnot.
As long as he's not being a detriment to society.
Yes, essentially. In essence, yeah. I guess that's how I put it. But like, it is a little weird to think about, especially when it comes to family, because the family unit is very weird when it comes to nation states.
That's
Like-
a bit of an understatement.
It's because in the end, a nation state is deeply rooted in how families are structured. I mean, I could go a lot into that with just how America runs at this point, but I'm not sure I'm here to talk about politics in current era. But yeah, that is just a different story for another time. Heck, I could even make my own podcast about that, but I won't because I'm lazy.
Same.
Hey, we got microphones here, so if you want to borrow one,
True.
we'll call it Nathan's Rants.
Nathan Reigns. I totally could do that, though. That is something I would totally do.
You could put it on our channel. We'll call it...
Nathan's Branch.
No, we'll call it It'll be part of the Rantcast, except instead of Nathaniel's, it'll be Nathan's.
Yeah.
Or we'll just put your nicknames under it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that-
I'll be Batman. It'll be Batman's rants.
Yeah.
Batman versus Sir Tubbs-a-Lot.
Or Captain Perfect Hair.
Fight.
Or Captain Perfect Hair.
No.
No, you don't want that one?
No,
I don't
he's
like
Sir
Okay.
Tubbs-a-Lot.
I'm Sir Tubbs-a-Lot.
Sir Tubbs-a-Lot it is. Okay.
But yeah, I guess kind of back on that topic, like, the family is different than just someone who's disabled or, like, just can't contribute at all.
Mm-hmm.
I think a grandfather, in essence, who's just living with their family, does have value in their own way versus just a bum on the street. So,
What if he's a grandfather who is disabled?
if we're going to identify this guy as a grandfather, then it's supposed that he has family in the state
And the family can take care of him.
and the family can take care of him. That's what's supposed, I guess.
What if the family can't take care of him? Because they don't earn enough, or everything that they are earning is being sent to somewhere else. Do you think he has nothing to contribute?
He could either go into education or it could be deported.
Well, the great thing is that even if you don't think that they have some value, the great thing about humans is that we are adaptable.
And this is why a lot of my views have changed since that whole conversation.
Most people are adaptable, not.
Yeah.
Some people refuse to change their views or attitudes. I'm talking to 90% of the human population.
This is why you have to listen more than talk.
Exactly. Which is what people don't do.
Exactly.
That is modern America.
Yep.
So, Nathaniel, tell us how you would run under the same circumstances.
Taking over the world. No, basically, like I said, I'm not. By the way, my plan is purely hypothetical. Also, it is for fun. This is not an actual society, and I'm not copying off of anyone's ideas. These are my own ideas. All right. It's first. This is a singular society, one island. It's going to have a large wall around it, completely surrounding it, so that and there'll also be entry points so that lots of people and with ships and stuff can come through. I mean, preferably, I would like to also have like a ceiling on top of it as well to prevent people from flying in. But to be honest, we can have turrets on the edge of the wall to shoot them down. That's not too much of a problem.
So what you're saying is you want to live in a giant metal cylinder.
Yeah, basically. Very similar, yes.
Didn't you want to preserve the environment?
Why don't you just go live in space? You can build a metal cylinder a lot easier.
You said an island.
Yeah, you did say an island.
You
Yeah,
said-
but that would
yeah.
be a lot easier to just fly into space and live up there. If all you're doing is wanting
a
to...
space station.
Yeah.
Have a space base.
Exactly. It would be a space base. I like that space base. So, but
Space
anyways, if we are assuming it's an island, and besides, it's Hawaii. It's beautiful there. So, yes, I care
And
about...
you're the one wanting to live in a metal cylinder.
It's not a metal cylinder. It's just a wall. I don't care if it's metal or not. But yes, that would help if it was metal. But anyways, so what I'm saying is the natural beauty of the island will be kept within the walls. Maybe the walls can be transparent. That would be perfect. And then when people try to get through the wall, they would just hit the glass or whatever, like the bulletproof glass, and wouldn't be able to get over. That would be perfect. And basically, people would be able to come in and out, trade whatever they want. It's completely an open society. If anyone wants to leave, they're totally welcome to. Coming in is a different situation.
A better way to explain that is force fields.
Force fields, yes. A whole dome of a force field. That is perfect.
We're talking modern technology. Sorry, I'm
Oh,
not.
I'm
not allowing that.
Tim, you ruin all the fun.
Fine.
I didn't allow cloning. I'm not allowing force fields either.
Fine. We're going to have a big wall, and we're going to have turrets on the outside of the wall to shoot out anybody who tries to land. Anyways, it is a closed society, but it's open to anybody who wants to leave. Also, the thing is, okay, this isn't communism. This is just a policy that I would have in place. Is that it's very similar to China's. Is after having, if you have 2 children or any more than that, you'd get taxed extra. So basically, it would be population control, so that people wouldn't overpopulate the island and try to take over the government.
That's what's funny about that is the complete opposite thing that America does, where they give you tax benefits for children.
Yes, it is what America does. All I'm saying is that. Oh, sorry. No. Yeah, it is what America does not do. But I'm just saying that in order for a small area of land, meaning Hawaii, to thrive, you can't have millions and millions of people constantly reproducing and filling up every square inch. Then we would have a huge problem. We would have to deport like millions of people. That's a huge problem. So basically we just prevent it from ever happening by saying, hey, you're totally welcome to have more children. Just get you just have to pay for it. So it encourages people to have less children. It encourages. You don't have to follow by that rule.
Can I interest you in an alternative that is cheaper?
Okay, what's your alternative?
It's called making use of the land that you do have and building up, not out. It's called apartment buildings and increasing the value of your property so that if anybody does want to live on there and they want private property, they have to pay a lot.
That only goes well for about 10 years because then, or maybe a little bit longer than that, what happens is that you can keep building up and up. What happens is the property value gets higher and higher. Then there will be a lot of homeless people saying that they can't afford it because of how minimum wage jobs work then, and it just won't work out. So why not just prevent that problem altogether and have population control?
That's how Hong Kong is. Mm-hmm. When I went over there, it was essentially overpopulated on an island, crap ton of tall buildings with no one in them. That's how it was.
Yeah. So you're wrong, Tim.
I'm not wrong, because you know how you solve that homeless problem?
Kicking him out. Tim, no.
I was not going to say.
No, I like his idea, Nathan's idea, where you just allow everyone, like, make everyone have a job. So it's not a forceful way. It's like, hey, you have a job, or you can leave. But the thing is, we can make it, like, there can be a whole bunch of policies in place that are better than America's to get it so that you can have the job that you want and the job that you're good at. But I want it to work out for our citizens. It's not like I'm a total monarch like Nathan. It's like, I want it to work out. Problem is that if you don't want it to work out, you're welcome to leave. You know what? We'll encourage you to leave.
My question to that then would be, is this a free market or a command economy?
What's a command economy?
Basically, the government regulates what comes in and out of the country.
It would be a command economy. Yeah, it's like, I don't want the government to regulate what comes in and out of the country. It's more like, I don't want people coming in. But for goods, it's like, yeah, totally. Just as long as it's not tons of drugs, then yes, you can bring whatever you want as long as the people here want it. If nobody wants your dirty diapers that you're importing in, then no, we're not going to allow you to try to sell them. It's okay, for the most part, I want it to be a free economy. But there are certain regulations that I'd put in, like, don't let people in.
Yeah.
See, the problem is that if you don't let anybody in and you're letting everybody leave, you're going to have a very small population.
No, but then everyone's going to, have 2 children, and they would grow up in that society. And also,
gosh. Can I talk about what I wanted to do with the homeless people really fast?
Okay.
What I would do with the homeless people is say, okay, you're homeless. You need a way to make some sort of income. Here's a ticket. Go take it to this office. We'll help you find a job.
Mm-hmm. So, Papers, Please.
Papers, Please. Papers, Please is a very interesting game. Anybody who doesn't know Papers, Please, look it up on Steam, buy it, and play it.
Oh my gosh. Well, okay. So, essentially, what happens in Papers, Please is you play as a character who gets a job as a border control person.
Oh boy. I can see where this is going.
Yep.
Through a work lottery ticket. Mm-hmm. Like, he did nothing to merit like his duty at all. Granted, it's not a huge thing to merit,
Yeah.
but he just gets by lottery ticket, and that's essentially what Tim is talking about.
That's actually not what I'm talking about.
He's saying to use just papers saying that you're homeless in order for them to figure out what job would best suit you rather than just random.
Exactly.
That's probably what I would do as well, is like if there are any homeless people, it would just be like a government official would be scanning the area. If they see a homeless person, they would be like, hey, bro, would you like to gain an income? And they'll be like, sure. And then you say, hey, just come to our office. Come with us right now. And then they'll go to the office. We'll be like, hey, we can hook you up with a job, start you almost immediately, and you'll get your first paycheck in less than a week. And they'll be like, dude, that's amazing. And then they will get the job. But if they're one of those homeless people who are like, nah, I'll just drink liquor all day, then they'll be like, yeah, we can't allow that. Goodbye.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I was gonna hit on next. Is like you're gonna come across people who they just want to have liquor. They just want to have their drugs. They don't want anything else. They don't want even a house because they're addicted. And that's just entirely different. Like, that's a different cause of
Homelessness.
Of homelessness, yeah.
I've actually heard a number of stories of a lot of. I mean, homelessness isn't just a person in the corner under a bag or something like that. It's not like that. I've actually heard lots of stories where people are homeless, but they look just like you and I. It's just they don't have a home. They even are employed. It's just they can't afford being in a house, and that's the thing. Is it's just a sad reality. So it's like. There should be systems in place to accommodate for that.
And that's why, along with your high rises that actually have a lot of value, you have other high rises that people with lower incomes can't afford, that aren't dirty and smelly, that actually do get cleaned, that people go in that are hired to clean it. Like, you can have your personal stuff in there or whatever, but it's essentially like a hotel. The room is going to get cleaned. So
the issue you're going to get when you do that,
everyone's going to live there, want to live there at least.
Because one, many will say that the state needs to fund that because no one's gonna do that. It's barely.
No, it's going to come out a little bit in your tax dollars. Only a little bit.
It's a small society, Tim. It would come out a lot.
It would come out, especially if it's just the island. Like, if it's just the island, that means a lot. Like, the people, especially if they're under Nathaniel's system of having a few people, their tax.
I would not have that system. That system is dumb.
Oh yeah, those. Like,
no, Tim, it's good.
If there's
it's immoral and stupid.
It's not immoral. How's it immoral? It's just slightly raising your taxes if you have more children. That's all it is.
It's called keeping people from multiplying.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Which is against God's law.
He does say to
go
throughout the earth and multiply.
Yeah, multiply, but he said multiply by a set amount, like times 2, not times 20.
Well, okay.
He did not give us numbers, man. He did not give us
I
numbers.
can multiply by 2, Tim.
Well,
what's 1 times 2?
34.
A quick note on that. The thing is, if you just do 2, then your population is not going to change one bit.
It's going to stagnate.
Exactly, it's perfect. It's exactly how you want it.
But then your markets aren't going to grow in any way.
That's okay.
No, it's not.
We will survive the zombie apocalypse.
If you don't have any growth, you can't build stuff. If you can't build stuff, you're going to die.
And then you can't innovate. And then you can't make better lives for people. And then you can't actually make... Right.
You can't have a science program if your markets aren't going to grow, because science programs require money, and you need money from growth. If you're stagnating, you get no money.
Pirate the technology from America.
Oh my gosh.
Find Mexico.
Look, we are a living and good society, but not necessarily a thriving society. Otherwise, we definitely probably would need more people, but we can't fit as many people as you want on that island.
I have a feeling that so many people are going to be sick of your policies
Oh yeah,
that they'll
everyone's
just leave.
sick of my policies.
And you're going to not have any population.
Look,
because they won't like you.
I would be an overlord, as in like people would hate me, but that's okay.
I thought you weren't going to be a dictator.
Was I not? I was pretty sure. Okay, I didn't mention if I was or wasn't going to be. I just said that this is the way that I wanted the government to act. But if it came down to it, I wouldn't mind being a dictator. No, it's not. It's not really like that. Personally, I don't want to deal with all the paperwork, so I'd probably get other people to do it for me.
The solution: democracy.
No.
And having other people do your crap for you.
Yes, that is true. Democracy, if you allow the people to vote, unfortunately, how people work is they look up on, television sets and just they believe what they want to believe. They take in the information that the TV tells them, and basically the TV gives them their opinions, which is why...
No freedom of press. No freedom of press.
No, not like that. What I'm saying is that people don't do their research on their own time. They just watch TV and they're like, oh, there's only 2 people running for president, like Trump and Hillary.
Yeah.
There's only 2 people we can vote for because they're elected by the Republican and Democratic parties. There's no other option. We might as well vote for it versus actually doing your research and finding out all the possible candidates and actually looking at their specific policies. If it came down to the wire, democracy would be terrible because that is what would happen is they would just take what the TV told them and fed to their brains. They wouldn't actually do their research.
So in Tim and I's discussion in the car, I highly stressed the value of education to the populace.
Oh yeah, definitely. That is 100% the most prominent thing that needs to happen.
But because of that reason, because people they don't research on their own.
Okay, I have a great idea. I will take your idea of allowing democracy as long as people are educated very thoroughly.
Are you saying that everybody's going to be in school for the rest of their lives?
No. Everyone should be learning. That is definitely like a number one thing that everyone should be doing throughout the entire rest of their lives is learning. Not necessarily...
Emphasis on should.
Yeah. I'm saying that you shouldn't be in school for that entire time, but definitely have good systems of schooling, like not the American system. Like maybe the Japanese system. The Japanese system is competitive. And...
it's competitive and it has a whole bunch of other stuff that's wrong with it.
That is true, but I'm saying it needs to be more like the Japanese system and less like the American system. That's what I'm saying. Not exactly the Japanese system because that's stressful.
I would poke a lot of holes in the Japanese system.
Yeah.
I would actually go more on the system of Finland.
Okay, what's Finland's like?
It's very self-determined. Granted, it's not like that school in New York where the students do whatever they want. Like that. But it's more on the lines of the teacher gives an assignment. And they say, we're going to grade you as hard as we can. And the students are pressured to do the best they can, or else they are going to get kicked out of that school.
Perfect. I like that. It's like, that's the thing is what learning should be, is it should be self-motivated. If you're not self-motivated, then yeah, get out of the island. But not really. But I'm just saying, like, you should be able to, if you want to learn and you want to do your best, you should be able, have the resources to be able to do what you love and do what you love to the best of your ability. Obviously, there are those 5% of the population who just don't want to do anything with their lives. That's their problem. They will get kicked out. But if they actually do want to be a member of society and do what they like to do, they should definitely be encouraged to do that through the schooling system.
So what if what they love to do is own a small business?
Then they should do that.
How can you do that in a command economy?
Which is why I kind of changed it around. As long as people weren't entering in, then it should be more like a free economy.
So you're not getting any tourist dollars whatsoever?
Nope. No tourist dollars.
Shall I tell him just how much do you remember that CGP Grey video about the royal family and how much money they get every single year?
I just came up with the best idea. You know North Korea, how it's closed? But then
Yes.
they create a whole bunch of conspiracy videos, but also real videos of people trying to flee for their lives because it's a terrible society. All I'm saying is that what if we created a whole bunch of conspiracy videos and people would steal the leak videos from our secret society and be like, this is what this place is like. And the thing is, we would be selling those videos. So our entire tourist economy would come from the distribution of rumors from our secret society. It's like El Dorado. Everyone wants to come to El Dorado, but they don't know anything about it, so we spread rumors.
But it's not a leaked video if you're selling it.
Exactly. It's brilliant.
Well, what's funny about that is that's exactly how the Bermuda Triangle legend came up.
Exactly.
That's how it formed. It's just like people were just like, there's this thing that happened. We're totally not making money off of this. Just so you know.
People.
Yeah.
The other thing I wanted to mention is that you said it's like 5% of the
About
population that don't want to do anything.
Like one person in every 25 or 30 person class. Yeah.
Okay.
See, it's reasonable out there.
I would go so far as to say it's more like 20%.
But that's the thing is here's what I've seen from my time in public school is that lots of people don't like the system there. It's just like they can't learn in class because what the teachers are telling them to do is, write an essay. But guess what? They're terrible at writing essays. They're good at, volleyball or something like that. Or they're great at artist stuff, doing, drawing or whatever. Problem is that they're rowdy in classes and they don't want to learn because they just can't. They hate it just because of the way the school system is set up. So in America, yeah, it is more like 20%. But I'm saying in reality, when people find what they like to do, most people want to continue doing what they want to do. It's just those very rare circumstances that they just don't care at all and would rather do nothing.
So what if there's no profit in that specialization?
Well, there should be a way to figure that out in order to...
What if what I
Find a
like
way.
to do is sit around doing nothing?
Watching YouTube.
But no, that's what I'm
Watching
saying.
YouTube videos.
If you want to do nothing, get out of the country. That's what I was
So
saying.
you have to do something.
You have to do something, but the thing is that something, as long as it's a skill that people appreciate, which literally you can make anything into a skill nowadays, then yeah, it's totally acceptable. I'm just saying, like,
Making chat programs.
exactly. For instance, what we're doing, we are doing a podcast right now. The thing is, technically, we are kind of sitting around doing nothing. But the thing is that if we sell this, have a lot of viewers and people are like, oh yeah, we love these guys. The thing is that is a service that we are providing people, and people will pay for, if it gets popular enough, people will pay for us to continue doing what we're doing. That is kind of the mentality that I'm talking about, is yes, there are ways that you can go about doing what you love to do. You just have to find them. And it might be harder in some situations. But for the most part, there's, you get what I'm saying, right?
My little comment on that, and it's not like, I don't disagree with you at all. I actually do agree. But it is a real quick note. We actually are doing something with this. It's the reason why podcasts are, in general, popular anyway, is we're actually, debating ideas that us individually have. It's not nothing. It actually is worth a lot. These kinds of conversations are actually what a lot of Western civilization is based on. It's how ideas spread and it's how they're formed. I mean, you think of how Plato recorded Socrates in his conversations. They're exactly that. They're essentially this. They're guys getting together and they're debating with each other. And they're getting together and they're talking through things. They're figuring each other out.
And that is why republics/democracies actually work for a time.
As long as they are educated. Because what we're doing
Yes.
is we are
Yeah.
debating topics. We are not giving one-sided opinions, which is what Fox News and CNN does.
Yes, no kidding.
Fake news. Fake news.
Do not just listen to one of them.
That's what I'm saying, is that we need to... If we created a society, we would need to promote education so that people could do their own research and also provide both sides of an argument. By the way, this is based on what Trump said, is he's saying you have to get both sides of a fact. No, there are only one side to a fact. There are multiple sides to an opinion. So we
Yes.
are debating opinions. Facts
Yes.
are what NASA says about space, what they have discovered, and based on...
I would debate that.
I'm just saying, based on a lot of experimentation and figuring out things based on what we already know, they have developed facts of the universe. And what I'm saying is those are defined, and you can't change them unless we discover something new. For instance, discover something new about black holes or a new theory behind it. Then yes, we can further discover that. But what my purpose behind this, I'm saying, is that you can debate opinions, and a lot of the world is based on opinions, but you can't debate fact just I mean, yes, you can debate fact, but you can't outright say, "Oh, I don't believe in that fact because I like the alternative of that fact." No, it's like the alternative of the fact of the world being spherical is that the world is flat. But you can't debate it because guess what? One side is wrong. That's what I'm saying.
You can actually debate it,
Gosh dang it, Tim.
But you're an idiot.
but you're wrong.
That's what I'm saying. Is that we've got to teach people to debate opinions. Debate whatever opinions you want and debate it in a good manner, like what we're doing. We're not getting mad at each other. We're just presenting our sides of our opinion and possibly correcting ourselves if we get something wrong. But other than that, it's, just don't be stupid, please.
On the note of not being stupid, this week sometime, I don't remember, I came across a social media argument.
Oh gosh.
Oh no.
But you know how I responded?
Oh boy.
You didn't?
Well, one, I did. Two,
Thank goodness.
I direct messaged the person who created the original post.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I brought up my concerns.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what I did then?
What'd you do?
Me and the original creator kind of debated every now and then. We debated the stuff that I talked about and what she talked about. And I screenshotted the debates that we had. And I sent them to the person that was causing the argument in their comment section. And they actually took it like a man, and they accepted that they were wrong in what they did.
Thank goodness. That's 1 million people.
I know.
Nobody does that.
And I felt super clever about that, because that is the best way to respond to an argument over social media or whatnot.
You have to realize that you might be wrong one of these days. It's not a bad thing. Being wrong is part of life.
Yes, essentially.
I could definitely be wrong about my enclosed society, but the thing is, this is purely hypothetical, and it probably wouldn't work anyway. So don't take it literally.
And the fact is, we could be wrong in emphasizing education as a grounding of a moral society.
But we're not.
We're not in any way. We could be totally wrong, but we're not.
All right.
Education is very important.
It has been a wonderful time talking with you guys. Thank you very much, Nathan, for joining us. I'm afraid we're out of time.
Thank you. Yeah, we've talked for a long time.
This has been long.
Very
This-
I ranted too long.
This is actually our longest podcast thus far.
long. That is okay. We like having lengthy podcasts because you guys like listening to us. We hope. Please.
All right. See you guys later.
See ya.
Bye-bye.